You're listening to Podketeers.
Welcome to episode 302 of Podketeers. This last week was filled with many people on social media sharing exactly how they are getting a little bit of Disney magic while we're going through all of this that's going on. So in this episode, we decided to do the same. We share some park audio from something that's been very special to me. This audio file was exclusive for the FGP Squad over a year ago, but because of our current situation, we felt that it would be nice to share it with everyone else. If you like it, please let us know in the comments of the Instagram post, and maybe we can post more of this while we're trying to get through this critical social distancing phase. Before we begin, we want to extend our thanks to Freshbooks for their support in sponsoring this episode. Freshbooks is the easy-to-use invoicing software designed to help freelancers and small business owners like us get organized, save time invoicing, and get paid faster. To try FreshBooks free for 30 days, head over to gofreshbooks.com/podketeers, and if they ask, hey, how did you hear about us? Make sure that you enter Podketeers. Finally, a huge thank you goes out to the FGP Squad, aka our podcast Fairy Godparents. If you're not familiar with the FGP Squad, they're an awesome group of listeners that help us out with a monthly contribution via Patreon, and it's that support that helped make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more info on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, head over to podketeers.com/FGP, and of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for all of your continued support. Okay, so please stay safe. Please continue practicing social distancing. Hope you enjoyed the little bit of extra Disney magic that we included. Here is episode 302 of Podketeers. But I have this weird taste in my mouth right now. I'm having ginger ale and orangeade. It's like a mixture.
Oh.
Here's the deal. When this is cold, it tastes so good. But I took this right out of the package and I didn't put ice in it. I didn't put it in the fridge. I just needed a quick drink and I didn't want water. And I'm drinking it and it tastes like can.
It's like beer.
I wish it tasted like beer. At least I would be
true.
happy.
But you want it cold. That's what I'm kind of like, I mean, that's my preferred taste. I figure that. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with how this is panning out right now.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking back at some of the old episodes, and I realized the episodes serve as this weird time capsule and this moment in time of what was not only happening in the parks, but what was happening in our lives, what was happening in the world. And I'm thinking how we're going to look back on these episodes 5 years from now and think, wow, it's just so weird to me. Like, I've never thought of the podcast as this weird time capsule until this last week.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to look back and listening back and be like, man, today's rough. No, we'll think back and we'll listen. We'll be like, oh my gosh, remember when all this happened and we still pushed through.
I know.
And, like you've always mentioned, the show must go on. And we're going to just look back and be like, look, we got through this. It'll be a good lesson in the future.
Yeah.
To look back on for sure.
It's certainly been challenging to find the time to do a lot of the stuff that we were just so used to doing before. And I think a lot of us just took for granted, like even going to the park, just taking a quick trip to Disneyland as APs, I think was something that a lot of us forgot was a privilege. That, yes, we were absolutely paying for it, but, now that the parks are closed indefinitely, when all of this started happening, I think Disney was being very optimistic about opening at the end of March, mid-April, and with all of the changes and all of the things that we found out about the spreading of this virus, now they've made the announcement that the parks are closed indefinitely until all of this passes through. And it's just so weird to think that going to the parks is never going to be the same again. I
Yeah.
think regardless of how long it takes for us to get through this, there's always going to be a little bit of caution. There's always going to be, especially with all the talks about this possibly being seasonal and waiting for some kind of immunization for it.
Mhm.
Uh, the parks experience with that many people is going to be much different,
Oh yeah.
and it's going to take a lot of adjustments, I think, not only for us as Disney fans, but also for Disney as a company. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I mean, people might go to the parks that day and absolutely max out capacity because they're going to want their Disney fix. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, depending on where we are in the situation, I
Right.
might wait a month or so before I go back just to make sure that we're in the clear and things aren't spreading again.
That sounds about right. As much as I really want to go back, yes, I'm scared because I don't know what the situation's going to be, but I am so dying to go back. But yes, I will wait. Like, I'll probably wait. Probably. I don't think I'm going to go the same day, like the
Yeah,
day that it opens, because I actually see a lot of people going, and yeah, I see the parks hitting capacity like a
yeah,
holiday. And I don't blame anybody.
yeah. I don't think I'm necessarily scared. I think it's more about being cautious about the
Yeah.
situation. It's one of those things where because of how weird it is and because sometimes people don't show symptoms until 11 to 14 days after they've gotten it, like that's what
Right.
I'm saying. Like I probably want to wait about a month to make sure that I'm not hearing any reports about anything weird happening before I go back. And I don't know if anybody else feels like that. If you're totally cool with going back on opening day, share your thoughts and join the conversation over on the Instagram post. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how you're going to handle going back once the park reopens. Because yes, we're sharing all of these memories and we're sharing all this Disney magic, and we're all just chomping at the bit to go back to the park. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like I'm sure that Disney's going to be in a position where they're going to be absolutely sure, that they're going to be able to open the parks and not just keep it safe for all of the guests that are coming through the turnstiles, but at the same time that they're caring for all of the cast members that are
Yep.
working for the company. Last week we talked a little bit about how Disney is continuing to pay the cast members while they're off. I'm glad it looks like they've extended that time period, and I'm happy that they're
Oh,
doing that.
awesome.
We also heard this last week that Bob Iger is foregoing his entire salary for this year in order to help out the
Yeah.
situation. And I mean, it's not chump change. I mean, his
No.
salary last year was down from 2018. I think in
Mhm.
2018 he made almost $66 million, and in 2019 I think he earned almost 48 million. But I mean, 48 million. I don't know what his salary is now that he stepped down and he's in his current role, but any million is a huge benefit for everything that's going on,
Yeah.
especially how we're hearing that hospitals are struggling for supplies in every state, California, New York, Florida, you name it, people are going through this. So
Mhm.
other Disney executives are also giving up 50% of their base salary during the pandemic. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just fantastic how we're seeing this sense of community. We talked last week about the homemade Disney hashtag.
Yeah.
Over the last week, we've seen even more people just posting things that they're doing at home, um, games, crafts, all sorts of things. There's just so much that everyone is sharing that it I don't know, it kind of warms my heart to see that so many
Mhm.
people are working at helping other people not lose their
You.
while you're at home, right?
Right. No, I totally get it. It. Yeah. And it's totally inspiring because it inspires others to do the same. and it makes you feel like, okay, we could do this or we could do that, and just rooting each other on. Like, it is awesome. I actually got really emotional a few days ago because I just see it, just seeing everybody work together. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
we just need more love, more art. Yes, for arts.
Yes, indeed. And I saw you lose it when you saw that Paint the Night video that ended up on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
pretty fantastic. I have to
Oh
admit,
my
I
gosh.
started dancing as well. And it wasn't until you commented on my Instagram post. I think, thank you, first of all, for reposting my picture. And I didn't
No problem.
realize that in May is the 5th anniversary that parade came to us. It
Uh
seems
huh.
like it was last year that we were celebrating the 60th anniversary. And then I saw your
Yeah.
post. I was like, oh man, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. So, because of the outpour that we've seen as far as
Mhm.
sharing Disney Magic, we've gone back into the archives, and on the Facebook page, we've reposted some of the vlogs that we posted on YouTube. I don't know if you've been listening for for a while now, you know that late last year we were really concerned. Well, I was really concerned about all the stuff happening with COPA and
Mhm.
all of the new regulations on YouTube, and I didn't know if we were going to continue on YouTube. That seems to have kind of settled down, and not even because of what's going on. There seems to have kind of been a lot more clarity on what that's going to be covering, and so a lot of channels were able to continue posting. I have started re-uploading the episodes of the podcast to the YouTube channel, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to go through old
Awesome.
footage, and as I have the opportunity, I might put clips on Instagram, IGTV, up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But obviously, the idea is to find ways to continue sharing Disney magic with everybody. And so we decided, I mean, we had a plan for what we wanted to talk about this episode, but I
Mhm.
talked it over with Mel, and we decided that we wanted to use this episode to share some Disney magic outside of just the parameters of what we normally talk about and discuss and everything. And about a year or so ago, we posted an audio clip exclusively for the FGP Squad of one of my favorite things to do on Main Street, and that was sitting there listening to the flag retreat ceremony. And
Mhm.
this is the flag retreat ceremony prior to them moving to the whole recorded spiel and everything, when everybody was still there doing it. One, I love seeing all of the veterans just, in a circle,
Mhm.
watching everybody there enjoying themselves. And it, I don't know, it was just such a touching moment, the way that they would honor the troops. And yeah, I wanted to share that with everybody. So we're not going to do a full episode. We're only going to do, I don't know, maybe like a half episode or something. But then after we do that, we're going to transition over into that audio. Hopefully, if you're listening to this on headphones, you can lay on your couch, you can lay on the floor, your bed, whatever you want. You can blast it on your speakers, but you'll have the ambient sounds of Main Street as this flag retreat ceremony is happening. And hopefully that brings you a little bit of joy the way that it has to me in the past. And if you guys like that, let us know in the comments section of the Instagram post, and we'll try to find some other audio files from other videos that we've recorded, and maybe we'll just pull the audio and make them a part of the podcast so that you can enjoy those sounds of the park. Before we get into all of that, I do want to say congratulations to at Adventures in DIY Shop, Chrissy. She was the winner of March Mayhem. Now, we did not
Awesome.
advertise that we were going to be giving something away. This was just totally random. We asked
Yeah.
people to submit their brackets, and Gavin just put this Aladdin print together. It's such a great print. So, first of all, thank you to Gavin, for
Yep.
donating this print that he made. And congratulations to Chrissy for having the most accurate amount of predictions on her bracket. She even
Wow.
had Aladdin as the winner.
What?
Yeah, she had Aladdin all the way through.
Good job.
I know. So thank you to everybody that submitted a bracket. Also, congratulations to Eddie, who won our exclusive FGP giveaway over on Patreon.
Nice.
You didn't have to enter anything. We just decided to put everybody's name in a hat, or technically a plastic bucket thing that I had
We'll
here.
pretend it's a hat.
Yeah, I'll pretend it's a hat. We did a quick video that we posted on Patreon, and we selected a name, and he won.
Nice.
I love the Funko. It's a Parks exclusive, and we have some more giveaways for the FGP Squad coming up very soon. So FGP Squad, stay tuned for all of those posts over on Patreon. If you don't know what the FGP Squad is, it is an awesome group of listeners just like you that help us out with a monthly contribution via Patreon. And if you want more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad, you can go to podketeers.com/FGP. You can find more information there. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Okay, I think we're going to jump into the other part of the podcast, the audio. I do want to say, though, that with all the content that's been posted recently, the Disney Parks blog posted a video, like an interactive view of Walt Disney Imagineering. So if you need a little bit more of Imagineering after watching the Imagineering story on Disney Plus, make sure that you check out the Disney Parks blog. We'll post the video link on our Instagram account. That way you guys can go in and check it out. I just want to visit Imagineering. I can't tell you how much my heart wants to visit Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm still hopeful that one day somebody there will tell me, you know what? You want to work for Imagineering? And I'll be like, yes, I do. And I will go work for Disney Imagineering.
Put it out in the universe.
Right
there. We're sending it out.
Okay. So we are going to move over to the other part of this episode. Before we do have a quick word from our sponsor. So we're going to quickly transition over to that right now. Today's episode is brought to you with support from Freshbooks. You know, many years ago, I started doing some freelance work, taking photos for businesses, realtors, engagement sessions, and family photos. One thing that I always struggled with, though, was finding a good solution for invoicing, and that's where FreshBooks came in. FreshBooks is the easy-to-use invoicing software designed to help freelancers and small business owners get organized, save time invoicing, and get paid faster. They offer super simple solutions that let you create and send professional-looking invoices in seconds. On top of that, FreshBooks offers great ways to track time worked, create estimates and quotes. You can run reports to see how you're doing, process payments, and if you ever have any questions, their award-winning support team is there to help. If you're always on the move, don't worry. FreshBooks also has easy-to-use mobile apps for iOS and Android. Getting started with FreshBooks is extremely simple. You can try it free for 30 days by going to gofreshbooks.com/podketeers. You can also find a link in the post for this episode on our website. Also, make sure to enter Podketeers if they ask you how did you hear about us. If you're looking for a way to help your business grow, help you with invoicing and billing, get organized, and more, FreshBooks is there to help. So give it a shot and check out some of the great features that FreshBooks has to offer. That link again is gofreshbooks.com/podketeers. It's time to get back to the show, but we'd like to thank FreshBooks for their support. Just quickly want to thank FreshBooks for their support in making this episode of Podketeers possible. Mel.
What's up?
Anything else to say before we quickly wrap up this episode and transition over to this audio?
I can't wait to hear Sounds of Home. I'm so looking forward to just reminiscing that I am sitting there, or actually standing in this case, and just listening to everything. And yeah.
You know what's weird? I've technically heard this audio file dozens of times, and I never get sick of it.
It's unique. It's truly unique. It's an experience. History. It's Disneyland history. It's It's just something to experience, and it just has so much meaning behind it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, hopefully we can get all of the stream stuff working.
Yeah.
For the FGP Squad, we're going to be doing some additional streams that are exclusive to them, but I think I might do some regular streaming as well for
Let's do
everyone.
it.
Probably Facebook Live or something where we just sit down and chat. We'll probably try to get some of our friends from other podcasts and other
Mhm.
groups, like our pals from the DDN group. And maybe
Yeah.
they want to just sit down and chat for a while and Disney it up just to, give us our fix.
Yeah, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh, we could talk Disney.
Yeah.
If we were to just be like just talking, ooh, this podcast, like you mentioned, 3 hours tops.
I know. I know. That's the danger of it, that it would get super long, but that's
Yep.
okay. Then we'll just split it up in 3 and make 3 episodes out of it.
Sure. To be continued.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Continue being safe, continue social distancing. Please remember that you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for people in your family, all of the doctors, nurses, first
Yes.
responders, all of the people that are opening essential businesses for us. We're not just doing it for us, but we're doing it for them. If they are out there putting their lives on the line, we should respect that and social distance ourselves so that we don't become a part of the problem. Obviously, if you have to go out for groceries, do your best to cover up. Whenever I go out, I have a mask just in
Mhm.
case. I try to be as safe as possible, and I think that's the best that we can do. Try to
Yeah.
order your groceries if possible. There's a lot of businesses and a lot of restaurants that are allowing for pickup or free delivery. So free delivery has been great. Obviously, if you are concerned with the delivery, please go just drive up and pick it up. But yeah, let's continue supporting each other. Let's do everything that we can to get through this as quickly as possible. We hope you guys enjoy this special audio from Disneyland. And again, if you want to hear more of this, please leave a comment on Instagram, let us know, and we will do what we can to provide more of this magic. And with that, until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. See you guys next week.
Bye.
I have the map for the new undergrad that you use, the different one, so I really have to measure it and see what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in just a few minutes, we invite you to join us at the end of Main Street in Town Square as the Disneyland Band leads our traditional flag retreat celebration. Our ceremony will begin in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Many times that I've watched this, there's one man who had different flags that fly. Three of the times I've been there, he's usually sitting over there.
Remember they're going to be right here. Yeah, but what I meant is they've never done. Yeah. They also, this is the only place they fly any other than California.
I'll explore. Maybe they just did. Yep, that's what they did.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Disneyland Band is proud to invite you to join our march down Main Street, USA, as together we celebrate America.
Where'd they go? Really?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us in Town Square as we salute our country with an American melody written by the original Yankee Doodle Dandy himself, George M. Cohan. And now, it is our pleasure to welcome the Dapper Dans of Disneyland in a tribute to our grand old flag.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to reflect on the beauty of America as we sing some of the most stirring and magnificent words ever written about this great nation.
Originally composed as a poem in 1893 by Catherine Lee Bates, these words were set to music
And transformed into one of the most beloved patriotic songs of all time. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, forever waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruiting plain. America, God shed His grace on
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are proud to honor all those who have served or are currently serving in our nation's armed forces and their families. On behalf of your service, we invite you to come forward, join us, and like all, open the United States of America. emergency, the Disneyland Resort Security Honor Detail will now lower the flags for the evening until the rising of the new dawn. Let us observe the retiring of the colors.
Post. To all who gather here today and have served our nation, on behalf of the Disneyland Resort and the grateful nation, thank you for your honorable and faithful service to America. Thank you.
Please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Art.
Please remain standing for the holding of the flags. life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our forefathers bequeathed these gifts to all Americans. May they continue to live on in the hearts of our children, and may these United States of America endure through all generations as the land of the free and the home of the brave. To close our ceremony, please join us in singing a love song to our nation. God bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, right with gold. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with gold. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. America.
On behalf of everyone at Disneyland, thank you for joining us for this patriotic ceremony. May you enjoy the rest of your day at the Disneyland Resort, a magical place where dreams come true.